About 2 months ago, NDP MP Laurel Collins, barely serving the riding of Victoria, came out swinging, trying to claim the mantle as Canada's most embarrassing current MP. And she did this weird display in a committee meeting where somebody used the word hysterical and she claimed that was sexist, and then said that she was proud to be hysterical and that climate change is like trying to kill women and girls or whatever. I have no clue what she was on about, but she embarrassed herself and for a moment became Canada's most embarrassing MP. But out of the shadows has reappeared the rightful owner of that title, Kingston and the Islands MP for the Liberal Party, Mark Gerretsen, who doesn't understand how memes work and really has just become a professional anti-pure Poilievre liberal troll online. I don't know what work he does. I don't know if he serves on a committee. I don't know. I don't think anyone would let him within 5 feet of having any real responsibility. But the man is sweaty and desperate, just like fighting it out online, trying to get Justin Trudeau to notice him so he can make cabinet before the entire government collapses. Like, he's like the only Liberal MP who wants to be closer associated with Justin Trudeau. Most MPs with a clue try and stay away from Trudeau and never be pictured with him unless you're Chrystia Freeland, and you kind of have to be. But Mark Gerretsen truly still is in love with Justin Trudeau. It's Trudeau mania 24/7 in his world, and because of that, he can't understand basic memes and basic political cartoons, even from his own side. So Mark Gerretsen here says, well, someone has to say it. Under this Adder cartoon that portrays or depicts Justin Trudeau writing weird across the forehead of Pierre Poilievre, this being a typical tactic of the Democrats in the US when they go after Donald Trump or J.D. Vance, just call them weird and try and project some sort of like, unappealing nature in of themselves to middle class voters so they might vote for you instead. But Mark is so clueless that Andy Brook here, you should go give him a follow if you want to follow a man doing the Lord's work here. He just pointed out that Mark is so clueless, he didn't even realize this meme was actually making fun of the Liberals right there on the newsstand in the cartoon. There are not many words in this cartoon. There is weird, there is news, and there is what is being written on the newsstand. And it says, Liberals steal the Democrat playbook, pointing out how lazy the federal Liberals have gotten under Trudeau, how desperate they are for some sort of anti-conservative messaging, that they are just copy and pasting whatever the Democrats do down in the United States and then try and use that against the federal conservatives in Canada. This also coming from a party that constantly fearmongers against the conservatives as Americanizing Canadian politics, or they're going to bring in American-style healthcare, or they're using Trumpian MAGA political rhetoric. And it's only ever the Liberals and the NDP who actually use American-style political rhetoric and tactics. I remember that Hillary Clinton literally showed up to the last Liberal Party AGM. Bernie Sanders was at the last NDP AGM. They constantly meet up and talk with Democrats, even the most far-left progressive Democrats. And while conservatives don't even hang out with any Republicans at all, somehow we are always labeled the more American party when it's literally the Liberals always using American DNC talking points and tactics. But now, I don't want to make this a very long video, but I think we should end it off pointing and laughing at Mark Gerretsen a little bit further, because the man is probably going to lose his seat. He is serving Kingston and the Islands, as I said before, and even though 6 months ago it still showed him with the edge in this riding, it is now currently a toss-up between all three major parties, with it being a 44% chance that the Conservatives will win it in the next election. Really, I think it's a 100% chance the Conservatives are going to win it, because Mark has a terrible record. He has not done a lot to serve his own constituents, and the Conservatives have way more money than the Liberals and the NDP combined. I think it's about double the amount of fundraising the Conservatives have done so far in 2024 compared to the combined totals of the Liberals and the NDP. Just absolutely embarrassing. I don't even know how these people survive or why the mainstream media doesn't cover the antics of Mark Gerretsen as much, because there are so many people that the mainstream media will harp on in the conservative camp for doing the most minorly, not even scandalous, but just controversial things. And we have Mark Gerretsen here. absolutely acting like a psycho, and nobody seems to ever notice it. Like, he shared this article from Cult MTL saying that Pierre Poilievre was not congratulating Canadian athletes at the Olympics because he doesn't want to contradict his Canada's broken rhetoric. At the same time, this is complete nonsense. It's based on just naked speculation. And Mark Gerretsen just takes it as gospel truth, because Mark Gerretsen has never seen an anti-conservative narrative that he has not fully believed in. He is a left-wing conspiracy theorist. If you come up with any theory about what the conservatives are maybe doing, even without any evidence, sight unseen, Mark Gerretsen will believe it. But yeah. That's it for me today, guys. If you want to support the show, you guys can go down to the Give, Send, Go link in the description below and contribute to the legal fund if you want. And if you live in BC, I'd encourage you to go to the description as well and donate to the BC Conservatives. This is to a specific riding, but it would be redistributed to the other ridings as other ridings need funds. I'm helping out the BC Provincial Conservatives. We need to take out David Eby. So if you live in BC, make sure to donate something, because the NDP and United have all these stupid taxpayer funded, political finance advantages. It's absolutely ridiculous. And unless you donate, we're not going to be able to overcome it, even though the BC Conservatives on paper are far more popular right now than the NDP. Anyways, see you guys later.